Hey, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to my channel, Amused Jester. My name is Junior. Today we're going to take a look at a package just arrived about 2 days or so. I'm kind of doing this really quickly right now because there were some reports or issue with some people's items not being pristine. And I know that with some of my items, I got this from 1/6 kit, by the way. I know that with some of my items, because of my situation for the past few weeks and months, that I've had to put them in the back burner. And as you saw from my other video, that I had a bunch of stuff just piling up in the corner of my room. So I want to make sure that if there's anything wrong with this product, I can document it and then report it to Kit, who might be able to help me out if there's anything wrong with it. So as you can see, this is called SSR. This is from SSR Studios. I bought 2 items from them. I think I bought something from them before. I think it was SSR Studios that had the Brandon Routh Superman figure. Sorry about that. So this is SSR Justice 014. So I bought 2 of them. One is the Justice Knight, and then the other one's the Justice Savior. I don't know which one this is, because it just says Justice and it's SSC 014, and I don't know if that's the Savior or the Knight. So we'll just do the unboxing really quickly. So we'll go ahead and do this part sped up. Oh, so this is actually Justice Savior, which is the one I wanted more than in both of them. The other one's Justice Knight, which is the Batman figure. This is based off of Alex Ross's depiction of Superman, not in the Kingdom Come, but in the regular time frame. So now we'll see what the condition is of this figure. Man, that I just smelled factory smell out of the box. Okay, so the issue that's been going around is the S emblem. So as you can see, the boots just came off. Interesting. So this is rigid plastic. There's no give in this one. Okay. It's not. Oh, I thought I had it in already, but it seems to come off easily. Look at that peg, though. That's the first time I've seen that kind of peg. It's like really robust. Just make sure I push it in completely. The fabric is thin. This is the kind of fabric that was used in the old DC Direct 13-inch ones. Very thin and might be prone to snagging. This is not like the old SSR Kingdom Come Superman, where the body looked like it's a Phison body, a silicone body. This one is, I believe, a cubic body. I can't remember the name now. which I actually do prefer. But before I continue on, let me, so you can see there's some dirt going on here. I believe that's just from the foam. The emblem is made out of, it's not hard plastic, more like some sort of rubbery silicone. It seems like the way it was made was they did the yellow first and then the red on top. It almost feels like just some sort of tape on it. You can see it's not really lifting, but it's a little bit deformed here. And I believe that's from the cape being inserted in there. So let me put on my glasses, and I need something to wipe off these dirt. Alright, so there's the thing. Here's my brush. And it's not lifting with a brush. The other thing too is the guy had some sort of discoloration on some of their S's. What I want to try now, I'm really afraid the fact that it's actually getting shinier. You see that? How it became shiny when I brushed it? Almost seems like it's actually gotten adhered to the S. Here's a trick. Usually this might be better with painter's tape. Let's just grab a little bit of tape. I've kind of messed around with it so it's a lot less tacky. This is obviously not masking tape, duct tape, but a weak type of duct tape. But I'll just try dabbing it on and see if it pulls any of that. I feel like that's a little bit more successful. Yeah, it's pulling it. See? In fact, at this point, I might actually prefer it being a little bit more stickier. Let me grab a new set of tape. I'm grabbing my Gorilla Glue tape, which is definitely a lot more stronger. Because it's stronger, I'm a little bit more careful with this one. But it's definitely pulling it much easier. Much better. So I believe this body is made by Caustic Plastic. It is kind of disappointing that there's a very strong, distinct change in tone in terms of the skin. I actually, this is, the face is actually kind of too dark for me. I would have preferred it would have been a little bit more like the skin tone on the body itself. The paint application is too heavy on the face. It is consistent with what's on the arm, on the hand. The belt buckle is slightly tilted off to the side. Please don't tell me they glued it to here. It looks like they did. There's some sort of glue residue here on the belt loop, which is unfortunate because, as you can see, it's not centered on mine. Oh, I'm able to move it a little bit. I think there is some sort of glue backing in there, but I'm able to adjust it accordingly. It's still off though, I think. Comes with 3 other pairs of hands, flight hands, kind of like outstretched hands, relaxed set of hands. Yeah, okay, that's good. Comes with a base, very simple, Superman, SSR. Plug in with a crotch grabber. So in case you're interested in finding out how tall this is, he is around 12.5 inches. I think the proportions are good. Just, man, that neck just really, maybe I can paint it so that it matches a little bit to the skin paint application. The joints are nice and stiff, as kind of what I expected from this body. Yeah, very nice and stiff. Does have double joints. Moves very freely. Got a bicep. I hesitate touching it in the emblem, really. The very nice forward movement on the abs, nice backward movement, very beefy and chunky off to the side. I don't know why it's got this horizontal. It's got to be from the sewing from the upper costume is causing that. Easily moves off to the side, holds it very well. Forward movement, not quite 90 degrees, almost slightly above 45 degrees. Not much going backwards. That's basically it. Double jointed on the knees. This is loose, as we've seen on the unboxing, and it seems to be holding it now, so it's not like it was loose on the peg when it comes to the boots. I would probably in the future create some sort of a sock, a red sock in here, so it covers up the joint, because that's pretty ugly. Proportion wise, honestly, it almost feels like the body might be too big for the head. Like I feel like the head might be just needing to be just slightly too big. Maybe like, I don't know, 10%. I don't even know if that's a laughable request, because it seems like such a minuscule change. It just feels like, I don't know. But the emblem size is perfect, I think. I mean, everything else seems perfect. Maybe the feet might feel like it's too big compared to, like the boots feel like might be too big compared to the thighs. Like this chest whole area seems, no, but when I'm looking through the camera, it seems okay. All right, so let me change viewpoints or view angles and have him just standing, so we can kind of pose him naturally as he's standing. All right, so I have him just standing here kind of in a natural state. Let me go ahead and switch out the hands, and let's see together how easy it is. I want him to have a more natural set of hands. And all right, so that's a little bit more resistant. Look at the peg over here. It's nice that the wrist cuff or costume goes all the way down, so I don't have to deal with that. I'm almost positive this is going to be a little bit more difficult to put it in, because I can see the hole here is quite smaller than the actual peg. Oh yeah, it's a struggle. As you can see, I'm kind of holding it here in the forearm, kind of like protecting it at the elbow, and also not trying to put as much stress on the fabric as I can. As I said, the fabric feels very thin, so I feel like I don't want to stretch it or kind of mess around with it. I'm gonna do this second part off camera. All right, so I just went ahead and replaced the second hand. Basically the same thing I did in this one. I just made it easier for me to do it off camera. It stands on its own fine. This just to make it easier for me. I'm kind of disappointed that there's not a lot of movement forward on the head, because if I wanted to tip the head slightly so that he looks down a little bit, I guess there is a little bit in there, a little bit of move, but of course this is kind of coming out of a little bit now. Yeah, you can put, like, to make it so it's not so bad here, that's the lowest it can go. I mean, you can move it a little bit more further down, but you'll see this gap coming out. I guess that's not noticeable on if you're looking at it from the front side, but it is noticeable from the back. It does have the logo of Superman emblem here in the back, so that's nice. It's printed. It's nice that it's got the thin outline in red. The drape of the cape is nice. It flows down really nicely, as you can see. Um, the reason why I wanted him a little bit more looking down. So yeah, I mean, look, okay, so I got this from 1/6 kit. Unfortunately, guys, he no longer is offering it now, so he's probably out of order for it. I think the total that I paid for it was a $28 deposit and a 142 to pay off the balance, so it's like $170. Now, as you may not know, or you may know, I'm currently purging my pre-orders, and um, the 1/6 figures are at the top of my purge list, because they're kind of expensive. Anything over 100, I had to reconsider if I wanted any more. So in terms of me evaluating this figure, um, for one thing, I I almost canceled this because it's over $100, um, and I was wondering, it's like, do I need another Superman figure in my collection, another 1/6 scale figure? But Superman is one of my favorite characters. Alex Ross is one of my favorite artists, and Kingdom Come is definitely one of my iconic storylines. And considering that, um, and considering the price, 170 for this, guys, 170, below $200. I feel like I would never get a chance to get this again. The portrait is good enough, not necessarily perfect. I would say 85% to where it feels like. Having it in hand, it is somewhat disappointing that the different tones of skin between the neck and the face, but and then it certainly looks heroic, like super heroic, like the body, the musculature is impressive. $170. Now, I do want to bring out Gong Studios. Now, I'm like, wait, why are you bringing a 6-inch figure into this review? Because that still looks freaking cool to me between the two. Um, and the two, if you're looking at, in terms of, I know this is smaller scale than that, but if you're looking at the physical dimensions, overall, you see how the head in this one seems to fit better on this body. It's bigger compared to how, and look at that body in this one. It's beefy, right? It's strong. It's maybe not as strong when it comes to the bicep and the shoulder. As you can see, this one is more rounded, this one's more sloped. But in terms of the thighs, this is bigger than that. Like, watch, if I bring it closer, so it's actually almost the same, right? You see it? Comparatively, the head in this one, if it was scaled up to 12 inches, it's bigger than the one on SSR. And I feel like this one proportionally throughout is much better than the SSR. Now, again, I'm gonna go back to the pricing of 170. This is a great value. I don't regret getting it. I'm happy that I was able to fix whatever's going on in the emblem. The drawback on the skin tones is there, but I think I can fix that. The head size is the only thing that might be a little bit of a negative criticism between the two, but it's still pretty good though. I mean, like, the size of the emblem is better than Gong Studios. This one seems like it's more wider. This one's more, I feel better. Anyway, so in terms of value, value is over 12. 12 is, so value at, if, just a quick rundown on my value system. If I got what I paid for and I'm okay with it, the value would be 10, base price 10 equaling to 170. Okay, if I feel like and then I just add on points to what's impressive about it. In this one, the value, I would start the value at 12, and then I would give it maybe a total value of 14 because of the price. The price at 170 is unbelievable. I would have almost said it at 15, except like the head just needs to be slightly bigger. I love the proportions of the width of the shoulders compared to Gong Studios. I love the proportions of the body, or the bicep, the width of the chest. Let me bring it out so that we can see how wide that chest is. Look at that. I love the physicality of the emblem. Maybe a little bit disappointed on the thighs, but I'm not entirely sure. So I'm like maybe I wanted the thighs to be a lot more wider, like it is in the Gong Studios. But I'm gonna hold off on that. I'm not sure. I was shocked at how the feet came off when I was unboxing it, but now that it's on there, it seems to be secure. Yeah, man, it's not a 15 value, but I would give it a 14. Definitely a must get. I can't wait to get the Justice Knight, the Batman one, to come in. So I'll have two representations of the two. Perfect. Will they do a Wonder Woman? And if they do, I would have to get that just to get the trio. Oh my gosh. But yeah, this is very, very impressive. I'm really, really glad that they went to the, is this the World Box body? I mean, like that's what I'm kind of moving towards, and I love that body so much that I bought like a few blanks of it. But I feel like the one that SSR has is not the one that's it's not the AT30. It's close to it, but I feel like it's not, because the AT30, the waist is more wider compared to the upper body. This one has a lot more of a heroic stance, which I love. I think it captures the look of what I wanted from Alex Ross. Just the head just needs to be a little bit bigger. But other than that, yeah, if you can get it somewhere, or if Kit offers it again, I don't know if Kit will offer it again, because SSR seems to be a little bit more widely a wider phenomenon in terms of the damage. Would I have liked this? This emblem, I'm not sure. I don't know how good it is. I don't know how durable it is. I don't know what material this is on. For me, it seems to be working right now. And the material on the fabric, yeah, it's thin, not quite as thin as the one that Gong Studio has. As you can see with Gong Studio, it's almost transparent, where you can see the body underneath. You can see how light is being reflected underneath that body. It's that thin, but it almost feels like it's the same material, the way it moves, which is kind of scary. But other than that, that's a problem that might be in the future. I can't predict how the material will react. But I'm very, very happy with this so far. Very, very happy. And I know I'm getting the Batman. I already paid for it. It's coming in soon. And if they ever came out with a Wonder Woman, I would buy it again. just from what I'm seeing with mine. This is it's finally a Superman that that would fit in my collection. Let me see if I can grab some Supermans off of my collection. Before I do, I wanted to show you guys with the ankle articulation. Unfortunately, this is why it needs like a red sock in there, because if you want him flying like this, look, because this is like a stiffer rubber, you can't really do that without exposing the ankles, or at least they could have painted it, you know what I mean. But and then the other disappointing part is like you can't really have him flying, him looking down like that, because the neck articulation is hampering it. Okay, let me grab a few Supermans off of my collection and we'll do some comparisons. So this is my comic book custom representation of my Superman in my collection. This is basically using, I can't remember what body I use in this one. I think it's, I can't remember what body I use. The head is from the Sideshow Superman. The costume is from the Hot Toys Christopher Reeve Superman. So this is basically my representation of comic book Superman. It's not bad, huh? It's almost the same height, has the same kind of like muscularity, some features the same way. The head on this one is slightly bigger than this one, so even though the bodies are almost comparable between the two in terms of the width of the chest and the legs, this one has a more superior look because of the smaller head. This is actually from So-So Toys. This is the Brandon Routh Kingdom Come Superman. As you can see, this guy is tall, super tall, like the body is bigger and everything. So he doesn't really fit in any of my collection, but once he's up there on the shelf, he's okay. I put him on a stand to make him even taller, to make it more prominent, so it doesn't seem like the body itself is that big. Yeah, so this is Brandon Routh's Kingdom Come version from So-So Toys. This is from Hot Toys, sporting the in-art Angry Head look. So that's about like shoulder to shoulder. They seem to be almost the same height, slightly smaller. No, I think that's about the same size, huh? So yeah. I didn't really check. You know, while we're here, let's play with this some more. Like I said, this head is from InArt. Look at that. So that head is obviously slightly bigger in terms of proportion with the SSR toys. I mean, it's comparable, but this one just slightly, the features are slightly bigger than SSR toys. The whole head seems to be about the same size. I'm just gonna rest this here for now, if you'll allow me. Yeah, like if you notice, like the features in this one's slightly narrower, more compact towards the center mass of the head, and the features seem slightly smaller, especially on the temple area. But it's generally the head proportions are the same as the Cable one. But then look at how much it changed the proportion of the SSR toys just having that head sculpt on. You know what I mean? Like it seems much more cohesive. It's still beefy, but at the same time it changes the look of the entire figure, where it's still beefy, it's still super heroic, but not as heroic as with the original head. But still, that looks like the skin tone is even better here towards there, though. You know what I mean? But of course, I would never keep. It's like that. And yes, I just have him like standing there. Okay. So that's it. Again, value of 14, base price of 10 equaling to 170. The 14 value rating higher, 2 points higher than my usual 12, or where I'm extremely satisfied, is because of the price point is so much lower than I expected. I was thinking maybe like 220 or 230 for something like this, but 170 is really a really good price to get on a 12-inch figure. And then another point for just how almost perfect it is for me. So anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I'll see you guys again soon. I'm interjecting it in between my videos, so you'll see this tomorrow on the 13th, and then I'll have another, and then I'll go back to my regular skip a day video. Thank you for watching. I hope to see you guys again soon, specifically when Justice Night comes in. Bye.